Okay, isn't this good? Let's get this going. Isn't Audie cute? Look at her in her little winter coat and hat that don't match, but that's okay. Alrighty. So, sorry for not streaming yesterday. I was at New York Fashion Week. I wear Lolita as a hobby, and Baby the Stars Shine Bright, which is a major Japanese Lolita brand, was at Fashion Week. And so I was there as part of an attendee, a standing attendee. My feet hurt a lot. So that's why I didn't stream yesterday. Um, because my feet hurt, but I did get yesterday's chores done when I got home. I threw off all my Lolita clothes, got into PJs, and just jumped on Animal Crossing to quickly get things done. So, as you can see, we have Isabelle. So I didn't have anything for Lunar New Year, which was yesterday in this. Mostly everybody had like uh, little bits of dialogue about how it was Lunar New Year. Rank A, this is your home. 10,000 points or more. We're sending commemorative gift. Hope you like it. Well, that's nice. I got my first rank is rank A. Okay. This might have been a popped balloon that. Oh no, this was a gift from B, which I guess I didn't open. Um, anyway, let's empty the pockets a bit. What are you making noises for? You were just outside. What? Wait. What? There's plenty of space for you on the bed. You can get up. Oh my god. Do you want my pillow? Is that what it is? Here's my pillow. There. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, okay. Yay! For A rank. Let's see these other things. Magic kit. Dig closer to the wall. Huh. I might put that in storage. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh wait, I know what this is. Let's put that into storage. Okay, and put everything else. Into storage. Oh, and Mabel came in 2 days in a row, which was nice. We're gonna put these into storage. And let's put these in storage too. Hey! Don't you be doing nothing stupid. Okay, emptied the pockets. Let's see if we got a new camper. I don't know if we did, because I only built the campsite yesterday. So it's possible we have to wait another day before we actually get anybody in there. Alrighty, let's go. I also need to collect money from the money tree. Nope, nobody yet. Oh, that's a shame. Should probably make this look cute, though. Woo, 4,000 bells each. I'm gonna need to cut this tree down, though. One of these trees. They're too close. Shaking trees, shaking trees. All you gotta do is shake some trees. Oh. Alright, Sherry is either not home. Out for a bit. Okie dokie. Wait, don't go. Archaeopteryx. Wait, no, let me give you the Archaeopteryx. It's giving me a puffer jacket, isn't he? Wow, that is a bright green. I'm sorry, but no. I'm gonna have to eventually do like a massive island cleanup and pick up all the things. Dink dink. She's making something. Backyard lawn. It's about trains and love. One of them. Hang on, not important. It doesn't matter if Maglev Knight took relationship off the rails. Do people really get annoyed by that? Like, come on. They're talking about trains. Of course they're talking about trains in Animal Crossing. She's home too. Okay. Oh, thank you for the follow, Tough Kitty. Hi. How you doing this Sunday? If it's Sunday where you're at. Oh, come on. I just built my campsite and I don't have my first camper yet. We do? Awesome! Part of the reason why I chose this map is because of the elevated pond that's shaped like a heart. Very good reasons, but I'm glad that we have the same map. Who are your villagers? Yeah, so there was I'm not quite sure, like, I don't remember what the other ones were. There was one other one that I wanted because it had 2 southern river openings, but I ended up deciding on this map because of that pond. But they aren't important except Cookie and Rosie. Which ones are Cookie and Rosie? Like, what species are they? Cookie is a pink dog. Oh, okay, I know which one that is. And Rosie is a blue cat. Okay. I don't know all of the villagers by name, but I know most of them by appearance. Also, I am not entirely sure why my chat, the other ones are ugly. So far, all of my villagers are cute. Give me one moment. I have to pet my dog. Yeah, I only know their names. That's okay. I mean, there's like over 100 villagers, so even more than that, I think. I don't remember what the actual number of villagers. Hey! Actual number of villagers there is. What? are you like this? Why are you like this, huh? Huh? Go to sleep. You just played outside. You should be tired. You want to play? I can't play right now. I can't play right now. And it's too early for food. Food later. Food later. Food later. Uh-uh. Mm. Mm. Ah, Rook, you're hurting me. Food later. No, don't look at me like that. Somebody else can feed you. Food later. Uh-huh. Food later. Okay. Let's see which we got here. We got sea creatures, Nook Miles, fruit, fossils, and fish. Okay. That's all simple enough to do. So my villagers are, I had Axel and Cherry to start off with. They're both really cute. And then I got Chabwick, who's a penguin. Audie, who's a wolf, but she has like fox-like markings. And then Bee, who is a brown dog. She's also really cute, but I can understand if people don't like her very much because she's a little plain looking, but she's also very cute. Okay. Oh, Mabel's back again. Shite. We're gonna go right here. Here. Yeah. And we're gonna wait a little bit. Come on, let me be close enough. Pow! There we go. Let's see what we got. Detective hat. Oh my gosh. It's cute. It doesn't match completely, but I'm gonna wear it anyway. I still have to do my rocks. I haven't done any of my rocks yet. So. Let's see what Mabel's selling today. Yes. Okay, so I want to set it up right around here. Right behind. Oh, jeez. No! Hold on. No! Motherfucker! Oh well, it's fine. I have a couple more trees that should be popping up soon. um, let's see. I want to put it. Let's put it here. So about har. Yeah. Think a little bit closer. I want it to be wide enough to be able to put a road in between the two, but close enough that like it makes sense as a cluster. That's not what I wanted to do. Hey! You're being bad. Why are you being so bad? Come on. Up. Ooh, a trench coat. Alright, so I've got the Able Sisters campsite set up. Hopefully, I'll get a camper tomorrow. Although, because your first camper is always a smug camper. So we'll have to see who that might be. Because it could be anybody. Hi, Rook. What you doing? You tying yourself out? Are you really gonna whine at me? Go to sleep. Rest. Food later. Food later. We'll just put 10,000 in. 1 second. My dog is being bad once again. Okay, I'm back. Alrighty, let's see what we got here today. Planter. Hola! We got that. I don't have enough money for that. Alright, let's do our rocks. Oh. Dust off your dancing shoes and get ready to celebrate in the plaza with help from a professional dancer. It's the one that looks like the duck from Pokemon. Our first rock is up here. I do my 3 holes. Because this is what works for me. That is not what I wanted to do. I don't exactly know why some stones birth stones, but here we are. Da, 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 da. Alright, I found my money rock. And I just have one more rock to do for supplies, because it's always a good idea to have plenty of supplies. No! Oh, it's kind of okay. I can just use the axe for now. Since I found the money rock, it's not that important. Oop, that might be it. Yeah, that might be it. Okay. That's fine. Alright, let's start shaking some trees. Oh no, I don't have a shovel. This is unfortunate. I think that's the last one I need too, isn't it? Yeah, that's the last one I need. Okay, fine. I'll go make a shovel. I don't think I have any hardwood, unfortunately. No. Alright, let's go chop some trees. Okay. I'm gonna need to build a good axe at some point. Just so that I can start chopping down trees. But I kind of don't want to chop down trees until I have terraforming. Although, if I eat a fruit, I might be able to do it now. I'm not certain. Wow, my tools have broken 50 times. Jibus. Okay, let's put the excess stuff away, the stuff I'm not planning on selling. Yeah? Okay, I will BRB. I think I have to go feed my dog now, so give me just a moment. Alright, I am back. About a half hour before mealtime, Rook starts acting up. Because he wants his food and he wants it now. Mind you, he used to be fed about an hour later. It just kind of slowly crept up to this time. I don't know how that happened, but... Now he's trying to get it to creep up to 4 o'clock, I'm sure. Alright. I will finish shaking trees later. I want to go get my fossils assessed. And then sell off what I can. wish I could build a second bridge. Like, I don't like the fact that we can only build this one bridge once. Like, I want all of my bridges to look like that, honestly. I don't quite know what my finished island aesthetic is gonna be, but it's gonna be something. Once I get terraforming. Let's see. Okay, so we did the fossils. Alright, so gotta sell the fruit and redeem Nook Miles. Okay, let's go do that. Alright, what's special for today? Modeling clay. Oh, I can make loads of that. We're gonna go craft that in just a second. Right after we sell some stuff and maybe redeem some Nook Miles. Oh, I didn't. Oh. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Oh, I have to find Daisy May. Fuck. Is this where that super owl is going to fly to? Maybe. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot to put on my leg warmers. Not the shovel. This. Wasp. Actually, we're gonna sell this. But not this. I want to gift those. Sell this. And, okay. This. Okay. I think that's everything. Oh, no. Let's just sell all the fruit that we have in our pockets right now. Farm. But I will say Blathers is a superb owl. Okay, so catch fish, Nook Miles, and die for sea creatures. Okie dokie. Hold on. So how you doing today, Yoda? I know you said that your sister was preaching today, so how'd that go? Ultimate pocket stuffing. Manhole cover, stone tablet. We're just gonna get pocket stuffing, cause no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. What else do I need to do? I need to go catch some underwater creatures. Let's just check this side of the beach first. It's weird that I haven't seen Daisy May at all, but then again, I think she leaves by noon. So that's a shame that I completely missed turnips for this week. Whoopsie. I mean, I could time travel, but I also don't want to. So, let's catch some fish. Ah, too close. Filbert, Master Crafter. think I have to catch 5 fish. Let me check. Yep, 5. Oh, this is a decoration. And I would just need hardwood. Okie dokie. Let's see, we got a fishy up there. Alright, one more fish and then we can do some deep sea diving. Okay, now we just have to do some sea creatures. Okay. So we're gonna get changed. Come on. I don't know what to do against the ones that swim really fast. I'm sure there's a trick to it. I just don't know what that trick is. I got another whelk. Awesome. Come on, I want a scallop so I can see Pascal. Oh, I only want to do 3? Okay. Come on, you're not getting away from me. You ain't going that fast. Yay, scallop. There he is. Yoda, if you're around, I think you should cosplay as Pascal one day. Maybe statues are just folks who aren't as in such a rush all the time, man. Alright, well, we did that too. Oh, wait, nope, there's one right here. Oh, look at him go. let's... Oh, let's come right here. Alright, that's it. Time to go in. Can't swim all the way to the... that's it. No more. Ooh, mermaid wall. Let's see, what does that look like? Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh. No, it's going this way. Fuck. Okay, good. I saved it. I mean, that's cute, but I like my trench coat and skirt. Oh, let me put my leg warmers on too. You can barely see them. Awesome. And we also have to go make modeling clay. Okay. This is fine. Oh, did I sell the other one? I sold the other one. Okay, that's fine. Let's do some stretches. Cherry's so cute. I don't want her to go, but she's gonna have to because I want her to come back and have a better house. I've tried doing the motion version, but I don't have enough space to do it, so... Oh, Mabel's off sync. She's so cute. Yay! Pop balloons. Well, hopefully I can. Alright, let's clear out the pockets and get some clay in there and make a whole bunch of modeling clay to sell. And then maybe we will, I don't know, do some island cleanup. No, that's not what I want to do. No! I have to upgrade my house now! I have no more room left for anything! Yeah. Okay. That's a weird thing to hang on the wall, let me just say. How do I get onto the wall? This is annoying. Oh well. So I know there's a way to get up onto the wall. You can move stuff that you put on the wall. Second. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just deal with it later. Let's see here. Alright, now we go into our storage and we get all the modeling clay. So let's just get the 30 and see how much we can make. Let's see. Probably wouldn't be in here, no. 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 I know I have the recipe. This is it. Oh, we can make 15. Let's make 15. And then go sell it all. Yeah, smashing the A button makes you do this faster. I understand why they wouldn't want people to bulk craft, but this is still annoying. Oh gosh. Make 4 more. Last one. Okay. Oh, what's this? Let's go sell, 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 sell. And then upgrade my house so that I have more storage. Oh gosh. Only the real world worked like this, you know? At least this you don't have to do one at a time. So that means they normally cost 6. 6,000 divided by 15. I don't know. But it's not a huge price. Okay. But you know what? I already know I have more than enough in my account to do the upgrade. I've just been putting it off. I just wanted to see how long it would take for me to get to that point where you need to do the upgrade. Because you've just been accumulating stuff. So... let's deposit 50,000. And we'll do the loan payment. Responsible bill payer. Yeah, that's me. 100%. You can assure us it can be bigger. I do want to make my house bigger. I'm fine with my yellow roof. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna get more storage tomorrow. Not quite done. As far as my well, I didn't shake all the trees. That's okay. That just means I'm not getting a single item from a tree, I think. Considering that I got the marimba twice. I sold one and I gave the other one to Cherry, so it's fine. It's only in Animal Crossing am I a good gardener. Alright, so let us pick up everything that's on the ground. And then we're gonna sell all of it. Since we don't have the space, and we'll get cherries in like a couple days anyway. So, and I have some cherries stored, so it's fine. I think I have some sticks stored. It's easy to get sticks though. I should probably go to an island and get another type of fruit. Another balloon. $10,000 bells. Nice. Mm-hmm. Catch more fish. Okay. Well, there you are. Can I give stuff to you? Are we good enough friends yet? Bavarian cream would be great, but then I get to thinking I could really go for a pound cake. Life is full of really tough decisions. Tough but delicious decisions. Chadwick. I don't even. I think he's a lazy villager. Because, B I know is normal, because I didn't know which one she was. Because Audie and Chadwick I met on islands. And I invited them just because, you know, you need to. Not that you need to invite them, but it's better to go to an island and invite someone than to just kind of get visitors and then hate them. Like, I don't know which smug villager I'm gonna get. I could get the goat of Raymond, but I could also get someone that everybody hates, like that one hamster who has a horrible face. So yeah, the one that's meant to be ugly cute, but honestly is really just ugly. I don't even know if if he's smug or not. Anything behind here? I don't think so. See, I'm trying really hard not to rush this because I think what happened with my first island is that I got really burnt out just trying to get to the point where you get terraforming, and then once I got to that point, terraforming has such a weird learning curve um, that it can be a little frustrating to do at times. Like, it's not that it isn't intuitive or anything like that. I would actually say it pretty much is. It's just, it's a little bothersome. um, so, um, so I think I kind of burnt myself out in terms of like, oh, now I have to make my island look nice. And then that just seemed like it would just take forever. So I didn't. Um, and I gave up on that island. So I'm really gonna take my time with this one. That's why I that's why I personally don't like doing any time traveling, because while time traveling does mean you can set your own pace, I don't mind the pace that is, you know, built into the game. I think it's a perfectly valid pace. Some people might say it's too slow, and that is also perfectly valid. Um, Video games are meant to are good video games are designed to have a specific pace, and that pace doesn't always suit everybody. So, um, right now, I'm enjoying this pace. Granted, there are times I'm a little impatient, but you know, we learn. God forbid a video game teaches us patience, right? There, yeah, I gotta go up here first. Okay. I know, I'm coming up here for this one little tree branch. Down here. So I will say that after New York Fashion Week yesterday, my feet hurt like a bitch. Um, like I took my shoes off and I wore tights, so I took those off, and my feet were so swollen. It's because I was walking around on concrete, and then I was walking around, and then I was standing on concrete. Not a great time, to say the least. So, um, and it's not that like my shoes were uncomfortable or something. They were they are plenty comfortable. It's just that I was just not expecting. I guess I was expecting that I would get a little bit more reprieve in terms of like surfaces I would be walking on. All right, I can't wait to get pumpkins. Can't wait to get pumpkins. Um, I'm gonna have to set up a little farm. This is sugar cane. I don't know why they decided sugar cane. I eventually have to get bamboo as well. Um, I'll eventually. I know bamboo shoots will eventually come up. Leaf has not come back since that one time he was here. Leaf is a darling boy though, so it's fine. A weed. That looks like a weed. Oh, those flowers. So this is the only problem is how easily stuff can get hidden behind trees. Okay. I think that's everything. Let's comb this side of the beach because I haven't yet. Oh my gosh, he's running. What a cutie. Mm. Okay. I think there's a wasp nest I missed. I'm gonna sell 5. Now we're gonna sell all of them. They'll regrow back and I can plant more. You know what? Let's sell the mammoth skull today. Let's see what's in here. Okay. A festival reaction set. No. Double blower, red windflag, red pansy, red lily, orange windflower, yellow. Let's see here. I don't want trees. I think I have a red pansy. Let's get 5 of those. And we'll go plant them, and I think we're done. There isn't a whole lot left to do, I don't think. That was supposed to be a little bit closer. We'll plant one right here. Oh no, I ran out. Cool. Close that up. There we go. Okay. And we'll put the tire toy, I think, over by Chadwick. Well, let's give it to Cherry. Oh, she didn't give me anything. Oh, he's still running.
Fancy fruits of my labor. Cardio is its own reward, but I also can't wait to wow everyone with my rock solid moves and style. Okay. Well, I think that's it for today. I've done the rocks. I found all the fossils. I've expanded my house, so we'll get more storage tomorrow. I've cleaned up everything. I've planted some flowers. Still don't know what star rating I'm at yet, but I think I can't know until I get my first camper. Which reminds me, I need to check something. Because I have the Sanrio cards, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Just my old GBA games, dusting those buddies off. Let me see here. Which one is it going to be? Here's my Animal Crossing. Welcome, Amiibo. Yes. I have my Amiibo cards. I thought I had the Sanrio ones. Do I not? Do I not have the Sanrio ones? Could have sworn I got the Sanrio ones. I might have to get them. I saw them on Mercari, and I haven't more than enough of my balance on Mercari, so let's see here. I'm just gonna check all of them. I don't think Leopold is... Oh, I have a Rosie card. I don't know if my newest follower is still here. Tough Kitty. But I have a Rosie. I have a Rosie card. So I could have Rosie on my island if I wanted to. I'm pretty sure. Yep, 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 yep. Let's see. Nope, not in that one. And probably not in this one. I think I have one more box to check. Because I know that for a while the Sanrio cards were freaking hard to get. Like, you were paying so much money for them. But I think since this game came out, they re-released them. So, nope, I do not have it. And I'm going to have to figure out a new place to put these. Leopold. Menina. Parches and there. Mirza. Okay. I'm probably going to go onto Mercari and see if I can get a package of the Sanrio cards. Because I would adore to have those. You know, just cuz. Alrighty. I think that's it for this game. People in chat, what should I play next? I have a bunch of options. We haven't played Apollo Justice in a while, so let me switch to Apollo Justice. Let's see what our shouty boy is up to. So, give me just a second. We're gonna close out of this. be just a second while I switch on over. Da, da, da. I actually did play a little bit of the original Ace Attorney game because I do love me some Phoenix. I was just playing it on my own time, you know, because I'm allowed to do that. It actually, my Switch almost didn't read it at first, which was a bit of a pain in the butt, but it reads it now, and that's all that matters, right? Okay. Okay, so let's get back into it. And 3, 2, 1, let's go. I definitely changed this. There we go. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Health warning, blah, blah, blah. So we are on the second episode, Turnabout Corner. We've met our mafia waifu and briefly seen Emma. Now we're talking to good old Eldoon again. Are there any more details you could give me about the island? You bet, sonny boy. It happened last night. I was blowing my whistle like always, crying the town, I was. The smell of broth filled the streets, thick and salty. I got home, well, right before 1 p.m., I reckon. Guess he's not aiming for that late night market. I washed my bowls and gave the wheels a squirt of grease. Then I went inside. When did you notice it had been stolen? Early this morning, before the sun rose. Work starts early. Do that many people eat noodles for breakfast? I mean, I would. I would. I washed up on the salty shores of ruination. That stand had my whole life in it, nay, my whole being. They took everything, all my soup stock, my noodles, my bowls, and my dreams. Lisa left one bowl, look, there, on the ground. If you don't find that stand today, then I'll be forced to walk the streets, peddling that bowl, my last bowl. Please, I'm under enough pressure here as it is. That's it. That's where the thieves who snatched my panties ran to. It's a crying shame, that is. If they had to steal naked my loincloth, not some pretty girl's panties. The garage, right. You don't think the thief lives there, do you? Feh. I wouldn't put it past that good-for-nothing doctor. Do I detect a little animosity here? Let's make sure to check that garage thoroughly. Hey, do you think something happened next door? There's a police car out front. Feh. Probably gave someone food poisoning, I bet. If anyone's at risk of giving someone food poisoning. That police car got here this morning, actually. I asked what they were up to, but they wouldn't even tell me. The neighbor. Feh. Not that I was surprised much. That doctor works for the wrong crowd. It's just a matter of time before he gets what's coming to him. Feh. The wrong crowd? Never you mind about that. Why is it letting me go over? I've checked everything that can be checked. You can tell my bowls by the Mr. Salty logo, the mascot of Eldune's Noodles. They come to the stand, they sit, they drink deep from that bowl, and then when they see the bottom, their face looks just like Mr. Salty's. Genius, no? Very high concept. I can't ply a trade if you don't love the tools. Remember that. Yes, sir. Trucy is a thing for professionals, clearly. Sorry, sonny boy. My interest is for my stand and precious little else. Get cracking on that case. Find my stand. I'm begging you. Alright. Let's move. Look at that little kitty. This is the place. This is where that panty snatcher ran. Are you sure? Maybe. Let's look for clues. Clues. To a panty snatching. Clues. Like a pair of panties. Trucy? Could you not say panties so many times? Hey, a kitty cat. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. It's not coming down. We do look kind of suspicious, you have to admit. It's okay, kitty cat. His hair won't hurt you. It's okay, kitty cat. She won't make you disappear in her hat. Eek! There's someone in here. Oh, it's just a gold-painted human skeleton. Just a human skeleton and painted gold? There's a mannequin hand waving to us from the box behind the mannequin. This place just screams hospital storage, don't you think? It screams something, that's for sure. Human body, fragile. There's something about this car. Let's take a closer look. Look, a cell phone. Someone dropped it behind this tire. If the car moved, it would be crushed for sure. I wonder if it belongs to the doctor who works here. We should bring it to him later. Found in who could have dropped it. It's a very nice phone. I miss phones like this. Don't you? Hey, look at that. The mirror's been broken off. Now this is a clue. What? You're smiling like you know something I don't. You aren't keeping a clue from me, are you, Polly? A clue? Let's see. I do think I have just the clue you have in mind. My clue is this. Whoa, it's the same color and size and everything. It's a perfect match. I guess we could check it out. Two pieces of garbage with paint on them. Look at this, Apollo. Doesn't this go on a car? It's a side view mirror. Looks like it was torn off when it smacked into something or someone. Well, it looks like we've just solved the case. So that car hit Daddy last night. Is sitting right in front of us. Yep. Wow, you put the pro in professional, Apollo. Gee, thanks, Trucy. I don't think there's anything else. There's something about this car. Oh, I've already done that. Oh, wait, there's one more thing. This. That reminds me. I once read a record of a case that Mr. Wright worked on many years ago. Apparently, there was this car with a piece of cloth shoved into the tailpipe. That piece of cloth turned out to be a vital clue in solving the case. Wow. I remember that case record whenever I'm checking out a car, and I always check out the tailpipe. Everyone's got to have a hobby, I guess. Wouldn't it be funny if, hey, there's something in there? What? Wait a second. Are these your... Ah! My panties! What? Already? Wow, thank you, Apollo. You're a genius. Amazing. No, really, don't mention it. No, I'm serious. I'm really impressed. You must have a nose for finding girls' panties. And by panties, she means bloomers. Yeah. Yes, he is fed. He is fed. Yeah.
Hey, you stay here.
Yeah. What are those? My little panties, of course. They've come home to Mama. I can't wait to use them. You're going to put them on now? Watch closely now. See? Nothing in them. Ta-da! Whoa, where'd that come from? How'd that bowl get in your panties? My panties are an extra-dimensional space. Anything can fit in there. You just came in and saw the panties comment. Yep. We've gotten to that point in the game where we're talking about Trucy's magic bloomers. They're my magic panties. One of my best tricks. Magic panties. I love them. They love them over at the Wonder Bar. I do shows there nightly. What is it, Dad? No. He hasn't barked at me. You mean those panties are a prop? You could have told me a little sooner. Trucy's panties put away in Trucy's pocket. Oh, that's one case closed at least. What are you saying? We still have to catch the sly devil that ran off with my tool of the trade. Oh, right. Apollo. Huh? What is it? Now that we've solved this case, we should report to Daddy. He'll mope if we leave him alone too long, knowing him. Okay. He doesn't seem the type to mope, though. And this is hardly a case worth reporting. Wait, you want to see them again? Well, if you must. No, I'm fine. Really. Just put them away, shall we? Case closed. What are you talking about? The case isn't closed until we have our thief. Just find him on the side while you work on the other cases. If it were that easy, we wouldn't need the police. We don't need the police. Then we don't need defense attorney. If we don't need the police, then we don't need defense attorneys either. Thank you for the clip, Yoda. Fine. I'll look for your panty snatcher. Well, do we have any leads? One moment. Alakazam! Alakazing! Whoa, where'd all this evidence come from? So what happens next? That's it! Pretty neat, huh? Yeah, neat. Okay. Let's try this. Something the matter? I was just wondering if there was like a switch on these. Of course not. Huh. Mysterious. Oh, do you want to know the secret of my panties? No, no thanks. Who uses magic panties in a stage show anyway? Look at this cute little watch strap. I want one. It's kind of odd, though. What is? I mean, if you wanted to know the time, you could just look at the phone itself. Hey, you're right. Sharp, Apollo. Thanks. Finally, some respect. So what does that tell you? Well, the owner of this phone doesn't think through details, for one. They did drop their phone after all. I kind of figured they were a little spacey already. Oh, good point. Once again, I miss phones like this. They were fun. Like, this looks like it's a slidey phone. I don't think there's anything else to observe on this, unfortunately. Okay. We've already observed all of these. Where's Phoenix? Little Plum's not here. She's not finished cleaning, huh? Maybe she went to get a paint scraper? Okay, who's the wise guy who spit gum out on the street? Her voice carries all the way out to the street from the inside of the mansion. She's a neat freak. How cute. You there! It was you, wasn't it? Fess up! I hope you've said your prayers. You're gonna need them. Trucy, let's leave. Now. It looks like that woman's still causing trouble. Look, no one goes in. That means you. Oh, what's the difference? Let me go! Ow, 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 ow. Ah, sorry. That's it. I'm suing. But I might change my mind for $5. What is she, some kind of con artist? They're not letting anyone into the crime scene. The guard at the entrance is humming a song. He's got rhythm, actually. Maybe he plays in a band. There's a big wastebasket by the park entrance. There's a slipper in there for some reason. You aren't going to search through the trash? I don't think we need to. Oh, no, please, knock yourself out. Don't mind me. I'll be waiting over here. Just so we're clear, searching through the trash isn't a hobby of mine, okay? Apparently, this park was a gift from the Kitaki family. The Friendly People part, brought to you by organized crime. A very naughty part of me is tempted to write, "We kill," on the left side of the sign. Colorful dragon turns its beautiful, baleful gaze in my direction, as if to say, "Abandon all, hope ye who enter here." Don't worry, Mr. Dragon. Me and Hope haven't been on speaking terms for a while. Impressive gate befitting the Kitaki mansion. Look at the nameplate. Kitaki. That's so cool. Short and blunt, like any good gangster. Oh, let's change our name. How about Wah? Wah! Maybe that's too short and blunt. What do you think? No comment. Several colors of paint have been splashed across the gates. Oh, it's almost all dry. This is going to be tough to clean. Okay, I guess that's that. There we go. Hickfield Clinic. Yo, how goes it? Daddy, how do you feel? Not bad, Trucy. Not bad. It's good to have you youngins on the case. Let's old Daddy-O get some well-deserved R&R. Oh, I don't want you to talk like that, Phoenix. Why? The elderly need their rest. Isn't he only 33? We've cleared up most of the cases. I was right about you. Competent, capable. Tell me, what you found if you want to. Your enthusiasm is overwhelming. Well, I certainly didn't expect you to be back this early. Polly's amazing. He found my panties so quick. Almost like he was the one who stole them. You have an interesting concept of praise. And? Did you find the mad driver who gave me that 30-foot toss? Apparently, it was a doctor from the Maractus clinic. Maractus, eh? I've heard of him. Nothing good, mind you. That reminds me, a police car was parked outside the clinic. Maybe something happened? Why is this Maractus clinic? What is this Maractus clinic anyway? All I've heard are rumors that the clinic's been making good money in a bad way. Bad? Ties to organized crime, the Kentucky family. The Kitaki family? He did that on purpose. Some injuries you can't take to a public hospital, you see. They use the Maractus clinic for their patch-up jobs. Interesting. No, I didn't mean to hit that. God damn it. It looked like something happened at the park. Ah, a body was found there in unusual circumstances. Something more unusual than being dead? It's not our concern in any case. Right, let's ignore that and find that noodle stand. Whatever happened to professional curiosity? Thanks, really. If I get tired of sleeping, maybe I'll head down to this Maractus place. Maybe hit him up for some reparations. A little legal action would do me some good. I was wondering when I get paid. We solved the case of your accident and found an missing article of clothing. My panties! That leaves the noodle stand. Feel free to drop in if you get stuck. I'll be happy to help with anything not involving money. Goodbye, quid pro quo. Hello, pro bono. Right, back to the office to plan our next move. Look, my panties. They came home to Mama. Thanks, Apollo. I was worried about them too. Trucy special ordered those. A sterling display of parental concern. I'd hate to have to buy a new pair. And make that a not-so-startling display of cheapskatedness. No, that's not what I should do. It's actually a relief to be so thoroughly ignored. So this was the thing that led you to the car. Yes, sir, the mirror that you knocked off was just the clue we needed. Good work, Apollo. Of course, you might say, I was the one who made solving that case possible. Hee hee hee. You don't get points for knocking off a car mirror. Alright. Okay. Let's move. You're the woman from the Kitaki place. Yes. I knew it. Something's the matter and you want our help, right? You've come to the right place. This way, please. Thank you. My name is Alita Tiala. I have a request. Your request, let me guess, something's been stolen? Your flyer, it says now defending, so I thought, what? You mean you want me to defend you? Maybe you can tell us what happened. Were you hit by a car? Did someone steal your stand? Or your panties? No. I'm not the client, actually. The client would be my fiance, I suppose you'd call him. Fiance? What happened to him then? He was arrested this morning. The charge was murder. Murder? Have you heard about what happened at the park? Brooke, you better not be up to no good. So what's your story? You frequent the Kataki Mansion, correct? Are you a member of their organization? No, not yet. Not yet. You see, I'm to be married next month to the boss's son. The boss's son, so he's a gangster. Yes, but the Katakis are locally responsible gangsters. I thought it'd be nice for a change. Quit my boring job. Live the good gangster life. I think you're onto something. Mrs. Kitaki, I like the sound of that. I'm not sure your daddy would care much for that. Hey! Un momento. Okay, I gotta take a short break. Sorry. Brooke needs to go out for just a moment. So, I will be right back. Okay, I am back. He actually just wanted to go to bed, so he got his dental, and now he's in his crate. I'm eating toast because I'm slightly hungry. Mm-mm-mm. Mom. Alright, what happened? I haven't been told all the details, but I do know a body was found in the park near the Kataki mansion. There were a lot of police cars there. Apparently, the victim was shot with a pistol, but I heard the circumstances of the shooting were rather unusual. And your fiance was arrested for this? What sort of person is your fiance? Your fiance is the Kitaki family's only son, correct? His name is Waki. Waki Kitaki. I brought a photo. That's quite the photo. Yep. Look at this guy. I know. He can be powerful and menacing, but so cute. I want his jacket. And I kind of want his shirt, but mostly I want his jacket. But if he's the boss's only son, yes, I'm sure he'll take his father's place someday. Say, I'm a boss already, of this agency. Please help my walkie, please. Right. My first solo defense case. Crime boss's son or not, I'll prove he's innocent. I prepared a letter of request. I know you need those. Right. Let's go check out the scene of the crime. Hold on. No, why do I keep clicking that? I hope that's okay. I've never written a letter of request before. Oh, it's fine. I should hope it's your first. If we take this, we'll be able to investigate the scene. Hit request. Why does this envelope say hit request? It's a bit of lingo, like calling a hit or a hitman. You mean gangster talk? So does hit mean to defend in gangsterese? Well, hitman? I certainly hope not. Something tells me she used the wrong envelope. Uh-huh. Oh, look at that bike. So this is it. My first murder crime scene. Ah, it's you kids again. Look, can't you find some other place to play? We're not playing! So, we're, investigating. Aren't we, Apollo? Sir, I have a letter of request here. Why does it say hit request on it? Miss Tiala must have used the Kitaki stationery. Excuse me, coming through. Ah, it's you, Mr. Gavin. Who's this guy? Sorry. I must say, I'm used to being inspected by the ladies. Now, this is the first time I've felt this way with a man. Mr. Gavin? Ah, Fräulein, what is a sweet morsel like you doing in such a dismal place? Can I help? Yes. The policeman officer fellow won't let us in. We even have a letter of request. You must be exhausted standing out here. I will take you to the scene of the crime. Oh, really? By your leave, officer. Yeah. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Aha. Very well. This way, Fräulein. Whee! Hey, what about me? On that note, enjoy your investigation. Thank you. Will we see you again? Ask the wind, Fräulein. I'll be writing on it. Who was that? Eek! Apollo, look! A corpse! What? Hey, that's just a mannequin. It sure got me. Ahem, might I ask exactly what it is you're doing here? It's Emma! Oh, it's you. How did you kids get in here? Emma, you're only like a couple years older than Apollo, so stop that. This guy, well, he was more like a prince, really. He let us in. Him again. That glimmerous fop always getting in my way. Anyway, this scene is off limits. Excuse me, we have a letter of request. One moment. Why is she holding that big magnifying glass? I'd recognize that handwriting anywhere. Scientific analysis says it was written by Alita Tiala. Thanks. It took you 30 minutes to figure that out? So what's up with the mannequin over there? It's taking the place of the body, preserving the scene of the crime as it was found. The body was pulling the stand? So you're the defense attorney, are you? Detective Emma Skye. I'm in charge of this crime scene. She doesn't seem that happy about it. She doesn't seem that happy about many things. I trust you know how to stay out of the way. I always carry 2 pairs of handcuffs, just in case. Detective Skye? Quiet, please. It's snack time. We're not making much progress here. She must not be very busy. Sigh, I never seem to get a lucky break. Back after 9 years and they won't give me the position I requested. And then I hear he gave up on the defense attorney life. He? Who's he? An ex-defense attorney? Detective Skye, quiet, please. It's snack time. We're not making much progress here. She must not be very busy. Sigh, I never seem to get a lucky break. 9 years, position, attorney life. He, who's he? An ex-defense attorney? We only know one ex-defense attorney. Stop being surprised. Detective Skye, quiet, please. It's snack time. But we need to investigate. Apollo, look! That stand! It says Eldoon. I've noticed. Well, we've solved the case of the missing stand at least. Though the circumstances could stand to be better. Hey, no messing with the crime scene. But we need to investigate. Investigations are to be carried out by professionals, scientifically. She's not going to let us check out the crime scene, is she? Hey, Apollo. My very unscientific analysis tells me something here is very suspicious. I think I know what you mean. Kind of hard not to notice. I better check out what we came here to find at least. I did that. We're gonna check. There's a knife. I don't think I... Menu. Ramen, 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 rice ball. If you could spare a moment to take a look at this. Can't you see that I'm extremely, extremely busy? Eating snacks, yes. Alright, I guess we're going. Oh, Mr. Eldoon. Hello? Looks like he left. And we found his stand and everything. What about our free bowl? Oh, too bad. Looks like we'll have to wait a little longer for that bowl. So sorry. Oh, what a bummer. Let's see. Hot dang, my hair looks good. Ah, a sparrow just flew over and oh man, that was disgusting. Something tells me this wasn't the first time. A blue tarp, Mr. Eldoon. Robbed of its purpose, it blows in the wind alone. There's a handwritten sign here. Save the light! It's hard to make out the sign from the shade of the clinic next door. Guy Eldoon's dog doesn't look too lively. They say dogs and their owners resemble each other. I guess there are exceptions. No! It reads new. Yeah, that's how kids are spelling new these days. Another failed attempt at hipster marketing. Oh, I think that's that. Time to move again. I guess nothing in here. Nope. Ah, you're back. Run into some problems? Oh, Polly, didn't you want to tell Daddy something? Ooh, me? No, I'm fine, really. What's this? So there's a problem? No, no problem. Actually, I got a defense request. A defense request. That is a problem. Huh? I've given up the court. I'm not a lawyer anymore. The request was for me! Oh, right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? He's doing that on purpose. I know it. Murder. So what's this about? What about this defense request? It's related to the murder at People Park, actually. Guess what? We found Mr. Eldoon's noodle stand at the scene of the crime. Did you know that's... Did you now? That's unusual indeed. Never heard of a noodle stand being used as a murder weapon. I think the murder weapon was something else. You mean you don't know what the murder weapon was? That funny detective lady won't let us on the scene. What kind of detective wears a lab coat anyway? A lab coat? I didn't think she'd be involved with this. You know her? You could say that. So you know her, don't you? I met her on a case. This was about 10 years ago. She was still a high school student at the time. That would make her about the same age as me. That's my daddy. He knows all of the police types. Hold on. If we switch to this. 21, 25. Defendant, heir to the Kataki family. He's 19. She's 21. Okay. And spitting image of Mr. Gavin. Blew in like the wind and left like the wind. That's my daddy. He knows all of the police types. Oh, wait. Maybe you know the other guy, too. The other guy? The shining prince on the motorcycle. Prince? Apollo, tell me about this prince of Trucies. Indulge a concerned father. He was at the crime scene. He looked just like Mr. Gavin. Did he now? You know him? My guess he's Christoph's Gavin's younger brother. His brother? We're acquaintances after a fashion. Clavier Gavin. Rock and roll God incarnate. Clavier. What a lovely name. He's so dreamy. I didn't know Mr. Gavin had a brother. And what was he doing out there? I have a feeling he'll be crossing paths again soon. Now, what was the problem again? Having trouble investigating the crime scene in the park? Yeah, that detective woman wouldn't let us. Go to the office. Under that silk top hat, you'll find a bottle of white powder. Try taking that to this detective. White powder? I hope it's not what I think it is. Yes, Apollo, it's drugs. It's always drugs. Just take it to her. It'll be fine. You'll see. Oh, and tell her I said hi. So this must be the silk top hat Mr. Wright mentioned. Let's take a closer look. Huh? Whoa, you know what this is, Trucy? I remember finding some in Daddy's dresser when I was little. I thought it was sugar, so I licked it. He got mad at me. This is getting more and more suspicious. Yes, it's drugs. Mysterious white powder with the alleged ability to improve Detective Sky's mood. Let's go talk to that detective. I'm sure she'll know what the white powder is. The bottle has a label on it. Can you read it? Not a word. I'm not sure I speak whatever language is written in. That's too bad. I guess we're stuck with this mysterious bottle of white powder. Does this ring any bells? Is that... It couldn't! Where did you get that? I brought it from the office. You work at the Wright & Co. law offices? Yes? Yeah, sort of. Detective Sky, how do you know my daddy? Daddy? I'm sorry. Who did you say you were? Trucy Wright, Phoenix Wright's daughter. What? Mr. Wright has a daughter? You seem shocked. Well, if you're Mr. Wright's daughter and you're his apprentice, then I'm available to help you in any way I can. Thanks. You can start by not calling me Mr. Wright's apprentice. This powder is used for detecting fingerprints. Fingerprints? I guess you might call it a memento from the time I spent with Mr. Wright. White powder memories. If you find any evidence with fingerprints on it, please let me know. Emma, that is literally your job. You went to school for this. We'll dust for prints. Well, she's quite the eager beaver all of a sudden. Okay, now let's show her this. Ah, an attorney's badge. It reminds me of when Mr. Wright was still defending. Everything I have now is thanks to him. Remember, help as many people as you can. That's your job. She's right, Polly. Let's make a difference. Is something wrong? No, nothing. I actually felt inspired for a moment there. Will she talk to us? Yay. The report came in late last night. The body was found much as you see it now, except it was a real body. But why? Why was the body pulling the noodle stand? If I knew the answer to that, I wouldn't still be here. Well, what was the cause of death? A bullet wound to the temple. He was shot by a pistol. A pistol? Not the easiest thing to come by in this day and age. Unless you're a cop. Or a gangster. Incidentally, the victim's name was Pal Maractus. I just received the autopsy report, in fact. After 10 p.m., cause of death, single bullet to the right temple. I mean, really, what's up with this case? It's enough to make me want to run off, pulling a mysterious noodle stand behind me. Not so mysterious, actually. We should tell her, Apollo. After all, we know where the stand came from. A likely story. I didn't come here to play games, you know. Actually, we do know where the noodle stand came from. The noodle stand's owner is... Who's the old guy? This is the proprietor of Eldoon's Noodles, Mr. Eldoon himself. He is famous in this part of town. Not bad, I guess Mr. Wright picked the right kids for the job. That saved me a lot of work. Thanks. Mr. Eldoon's noodle stand. Victim died pulling it. What sort of person was the victim anyway? You mean what did he do? He was a doctor. A doctor? I'm starting to see a connection here. Who, me? I'm just the supervisor for this crime scene. Detective Sky. I was out of the country for a while. I came back to be a forensic scientist. Oh, you were studying abroad? Something like that. I was studying in Europe. Forensic sciences, mind you. But when I got back here, they threw me in criminal affairs. Just like that. Why didn't you just become a forensic expert in Europe? Well, I suppose that was an option, but I had a lot of favors to repay to people back here. Favors? Wasn't she in high school when she left? What? What's that look for? I was involved in a incident before I left, but Mr. Wright and his people helped me out. I owed them. Really, I had no idea. She's been out of the country for a while. She probably doesn't know about Mr. Wright's current, state of affairs. Could you tell us a bit about the defendant? He's the only son of the Kitaki family, yes? Waki Kitaki. I don't know if he's the boss's son, but he's certainly throwing his weight around. Violently, in the detention center. I see. Why was he arrested in the first place? You are a defense attorney, aren't you? You're not his by any chance. Well, actually I am. Well, we have a witness to the moment of the crime. Eh? The witness called the police. They'll be testifying during the trial tomorrow. What? Could you tell us a bit more about the victim? Well, let's see. Apparently, he's the physician at the clinic in the area. Quite well off, too, from the sound of it. The clinic's name is the Maractus Clinic. Maybe that's why the cop car was parked there? What? You've been to the clinic? Yeah, though on a related issue. I told the detective about the case of the stolen noodle stand. I see. So that means Dr. Maractus stole the stand and pulled it all the way here? That would seem to be the case. But why? Don't ask me. Okay. And this is Mr. Eldune's noodle stand, obviously. It does say Eldune in big letters, doesn't it? That mark on his paper lantern looks familiar. It's gotta be a little weird telling him, what with the corpse and all. Anyway, that wraps up 3 of our cases. That's right. Congratulations, Apollo. That leaves us with 1 case that's worse than all the 3 put together. Murder. Blue tarps have been placed on the ground around the stand. Apollo, I bet the victim was gonna have a picnic here. I guess he could have eaten all the noodles he wanted. Don't touch those. Those are preserving the crime scene. Oh, I guess the police put the tarps here after all. This mannequin is dressed up to look like a police officer. I've seen one in the station. The mannequin in place of a body. The body of the victim has already been removed. Do you think the victim was the noodle stand thief? What? Do you think somebody killed him because he stole it? Yeah. Taking care of business, little plum Kitaki style. Try not to sound too eager about that, please. It's a knife! A shiv, to be precise. Ooh, lingo. The defendant, Waki Kitaki, is the son of known gangsters. The police are assuming this belongs to him. Wait, but wasn't the murder weapon a pistol? Huh? Look at this. There's a handprint on this shiv. A handprint? Then there might be a fingerprint. Let's investigate. First, choose the fingerprint you want to examine. Choose a fingerprint. Look closely at the handle. There's more than one fingerprint there. Those black spots? That's right. Pick one you want to analyze. Right. Let's get detecting. Wow, she's practically glowing with excitement. First, sprinkle some aluminum powder over the print. With a press of A like this, see? The oil left behind the print absorbs the aluminum powder. So you just dust it on and blow it off. Blow? It's like whistling. You know how to whistle, don't you? Just use X and... Wow, it's like magic. You used to have to blow into the microphone of your DS in order to do this. Hehe. Isn't it though? Right, let's give this a shot. Incidentally, it's important that you cover the entire fingerprint with the powder. Good, clear, quite impressive. Next, to match the print. The police office has some samples, so I can tell you whose fingerprint this belongs to. That doesn't sound like as much fun as actually finding the print. Okay, pick the person whose print you think this is. Probably have a good idea whose knife this is already. So the fingerprints do belong to the defendant. Yes. Isn't it amazing? Ah, the power of science. It's my life. Apollo, she's sparkling. And I'm dimming. Look sharp. Spirits up. The real fight is yet to come. Chin up, Polly. The trial hasn't even started and I'm already losing. Knife, also known as a shiv, found at the crime scene bearing Walkie's prints. See, between 10:15 and 10:45, cause of death, brain resulting from abundant points of interest. Entry point, right temple. If you're on mobile, I don't think it works. There is a Phoenix Wright sticker in there, though. You're on the computer? Good. Yeah, it should be on the right-hand side if you hover over the stream window. There's got to be a clue or two around here. You and your trash cans. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. There it is! Please, can't you see I'm doing my Look, another pair of underwear. Wow, Apollo, you're a genius at finding panties. Stop saying that. Wait, aren't these aren't, they're not mine. Could these have been stolen too? Found in a trash can. Distinctive bloomers, to say the least. So you have met the defendant? No. Visiting hours are almost over at the detention center. You might think about wrapping up here and heading over. Good idea. I don't know what good it will do. We have a witness and a knife with prints. Have I mentioned I've got a bad feeling about this? Don't worry, it's like a right tradition. Some traditions I can live without. Alright, I think that's everything. Well. Benches line the river running through the park. Ah. A little urban oasis. I bet children come here and splash around in the water. That river's a little deep for splashing. And a little dirty. Well, they could listen to the water and pretend they were playing. Okay. That's it. Actually, I do want to look at something. I wonder if I present this. Just ask, scientifically. Alright. To the detention center. I'm sorry, meeting hours for today are all done. But we still have 3 minutes! I'll put in your request, but don't expect anything. The father's talking in the private room with him. The father? You mean like a priest? I mean the suspect's father. Mr. Winifred Big Wins Kitaki himself. Die, you! You're the one on your way out, old. Ah, they're here. Whoa, this guy radiates power. I forgot that he wears something similar to an Animal Crossing villager on his apron. Power with a cute apron? You Walkie's lawyer. Yes, sir. Well, I'm Big Wins Kataki, fourth head of the Kataki family. Capiche? Actually, I came to speak with your son, Mr. Justice. Yes? My son's innocent. Killed no one. If he were found guilty, it wouldn't be good. Capiche? Yes, I'm all about capiching. Capished out loud and clear. You gotta do more than just understand to make it. You'll learn, though. Even if the lesson comes at the end of your short life. I don't feel so good. What's the big idea, old man? Can't treat me like a kid no more. Not now. I'm glad you're having fun with all the stickers. You know, I wanted to go to the clink. I like it here. You must be walkie? A G's not a G till he does hard time. Bizoy! You'll see, when I get out of here, things will change. Silence. It doesn't matter what you want, Walkie. Yeah, seriously. My apologies, Mr. Justice. He's usually such a nice boy. Forgive me if I have a hard time believing that. You can't take me under your wing this time, old man. You heard me. I don't need no trial. I did it. I think that's enough for today, Mr. Justice. Don't let me down tomorrow. So much for talking to our client. But we made so much progress today. We even found my panties. I had fun at least. Of course, the biggest mystery of all remains. How am I supposed to build a case for the trial? Hold on. These bloomers sure have a distinctive design. You certainly know who they belong to at a glance. Anyway, she doesn't have to have her name written on them. Genius! I would think writing your name would be easier than drawing a plum blossom. How am I supposed to build a case for the trial? Oh, I almost forgot. It's time for my show. Tonight I'm performing at the Wonder Bar. You should come and check it out. All right, let's see how far we can get into the trial. Mr. Wright's not here today? He said his old foot injury was acting up. Old injury? He was all smiles yesterday. Yes, he smiled when he said he'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy. Yes, fine. We'll be fine. Here comes Justice! I started my voice training at 5 this morning. Oh, do some now. I want to see, hear. Huh? Oh, okay. Ahem. My name is Apollo Justice, and I'm fine! That sounds more like a self-mantra than voice training. I'm fine. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? Ah, good morning. Yo, sup? Hit me with the guilty verdict, G. See if I care. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Not really. Walkie, don't be running your mouth like that in here. See, that's the difference between me and you, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. A real G's can't keep it real till they've spent some hard time in the pen. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Sounds like they've both been voice training to Apollo. My worst fears realized. This trial is starting and I haven't had a real talk with my client. Oh, God. Court is now in session for the trial of Waki Kataki. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready to rock and roll, Air Judge. Ah, it's him, the guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor? It's Mr. Gavin's brother. Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Were you taking a leave of absence? You know that little band I started in my free time? Thing is, we got real popular. Hard to say 9 to your fans when 3 of your singles go platinum, yeah? I see. To be honest, I was a little concerned. I fear you might still be distraught over that one trial. Not to worry, Air Judge. I wouldn't miss this day in court for the world. It's worth even more than VIP passes to one of my concerts, yeah? How could I pass up a chance to see the true strength of the little boy who bested my brother? It's worth canceling a show or two. Understood. You may give your opening statements to the court. Before that, I was thinking. Is the air in this courtroom not a bit serious? It is a court of law. That's no way to get the crowd jumping, Air Judge. They're not supposed to jump. This is a courtroom. Achung, baby. Today we play it my way. What's that noise? Sometimes you've got to get on sometimes you have to get on up in order to get down to prosecuting. This is crazy. The victim, Pal Maractus, the director of the Maractus Clinic. The scene, People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand. What in the world was the doctor doing pulling a noodle stand? Yes, I believe you will only find that out by asking the defendant right here, right now. Because it's an unbelievable truth that he shot the victim. What do you mean, undeniable? If you are to glare at anyone, Air Justice, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. His crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see. Very well. Please admit this witness to the court. Nine! Not yet. First, there's a little matter to be cleaned up. Could you talk without the accompaniment? I swear I could see the guitar for a second. What is it, Prosecutor Gavin? The motive, Air Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Maractus Clinic? Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that. Oh? But what if the defendant specifically requests to do so, as he did this morning? I want to give a shout out to all my homies, I believe he said. What? What is right? They always say that on stage. You should hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sounds like he got you good, huh, Polly? Well, this is highly unusual, but court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime. So, you, son, are the defendant. Walkie, are you? I ain't your son, old man. You step to a Kataki, you best be prepared to step strong. You step to a public official, you'd best be prepared to step into jail. You gotta hand it to him. Walkie sure has guts. It's not his guts I'm worried about. Well, well then, the court will now hear the testimony on the defendant's motive. From the defendant himself. Walkie-talkie's truth. I tell you one thing. That doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show him what's what. I was in his clinic about a half year ago. He messed up my op or something bad. Then he just lets me go without a word. See you later. Bye. So, gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again. That was the day I done figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. You know what I'm saying? You're saying that you're one of the victim's patients? A lot of stuff goes down. A lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real on the street. True dat. I tell you one thing. That doc was whack. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing about all of this. I can't, Apollo! First of all, the word you're looking for is quack. And isn't that a little harsh? He's your family doctor. Who asked you, Pointy Locks? Just who do you think you are? Your lawyer? Look, I ain't trying to hear that. He was a quacker, plain and simple. Showman had to show him what's what. By someone, you mean, was there anyone with a score to settle with this doctor besides you? I mean, you better ask somebody else, Holmes. What do I care? I made up my own mind and did what had to be done. Said straight gangsta style. But why are you so mad at this doctor? Yo, sit back and listen while I drop it, J-Man. So you were a patient at the Maractus Clinic half a year ago? For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor. Can you explain precisely what was wrong? We had a little run-in with the Revels family. That's when I pulled a Jack move and ran into an ambush. G busted a cap right in me. According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting and ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time by yourself. Hey, I was more important than a match for those guys. So you were carried to the Maractus Clinic from there? Apparently, he was shot in the heart. Shot in the heart and he's still alive? And also to blame. I can catch bullets between my teeth, but I never learned how to catch them with my heart. The bullet stopped just short of my thumper, you know what I'm saying? I would have been golden if it weren't for that whack doc. Can't even take out a stupid bullet. So, as you say, the surgery was a failure. That ain't all of it, Holmes. Then he just let me go without a word. See you later. Bye. What do you mean? He just let you go without a word. What do you think it means? It's whack. That's what. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad. It sounds as though Herr Doctor wished to hide his mistake. And this is why he let the defendant go. He's a liar, straight up. He's a badder G than me. So this bullet is still, you know it, I can still feel it. Right there in my chest, pressing up against my heart. Your words are like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or incidentally, that's from one of her hit singles. The song is shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Well, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice. Word, J-Man. Word, no accident. That's for shizzle. Seems that there were issues with this doctor. Man, pulling him down was like doing the world a favor. Walkie, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. Chin up, Apollo. Back straight. But why did this mistake only come to light that day? It was found during the family health checkup. Family checkup? That was the wackest things of all. All us G's lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young than fade away, bizoy. A relief to hear. Eh? Was a relief. Oh, did your father not tell you? That the bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you. What? Yes, Air Dr. Maractus had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. Knowledge that could have saved your life. No way, that's whacked. There is proof. Your checkup report. How ironic that you would kill the one man capable of helping you. Report filed June 14th. Notes, metallic object found near heart. Urgent exam needed. You're almost as careless as he was. Ah ha 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 ha. Well, now that the place is hoppin', let's get this gig started. Started? We've had enough of a warm-up act, yeah? Time to hear from the witness. Walkie sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's strategy? Oh, this guy. So, you will tell us your name and occupation. My name is Wesley Stickler. By occupation, I take it you... Oh, God. I'm not reading this. It's too fast. By which he means to say he is a student. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with courtesy and curiosity for all things, I spend my days in the pursuit of truth, honing my... Air Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today. Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. You ask quite simplistically what I saw. Oh, jeez. A night at the park. That night I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, the other facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot! The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. No, that's incorrect. Was there anything else in the park at the time? I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not. The pistol our witness refers to is this. The court accepts this into evidence. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Honor. But first, we have to look at the gun. Boop. Whoa! Don't point that thing at me! Don't worry, I can handle myself around guns. Magic guns, at least. The ones pigeons come out of. Very reassuring. Okay. Weapon left at the crime scene. 2 rounds were fired. Fingerprints were wiped. Trucy, why are you staring at the witness? That man. I can't help but to feel I've seen him somewhere before. On the way home from shopping, you say. Why go through the park? Ah, a fascinating inquiry. Revealing me culpable of being insufficiently verbose. Let us consider the time saved on passing through the park on the way home from the store. In that time, I am capable of solving 2 GMAT problem sets. On average, it requires me 3 minutes and 20... That's enough. Enough. I get the idea. Mr. Justice, the court hopes to finish the cross-examination sometime this month. Please, I'm a recording booked after this trial. I've got a show to perform. Gee, sorry you're all so busy. Were these men talking by any chance? Now that you mention it, they were, though I cannot claim I heard them clearly. Only fragments, such as, you lied to me, and, oh, and, I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, pal. It's just as our defendant claims. I believe he wished to teach the victim what it felt like to take a bullet in the heart. If that's true, then this is a vital piece of testimony. Sounds like he heard them clearly enough to me. I might be allowed to amend my testimony? What now? To be precise, he did not say pal, but man. Yes, that was the way of it. I swear it on my diploma. What's the difference? And this other man, who was he? How can you be so sure it was the defendant? The crime took place at night. It could have been too dark. Perhaps I was remiss in not mentioning this earlier. Huh? You see, in class I always sit in the very backmost seat. Do you know why? Who cares? Because I do not wish anyone to copy my perfect notes. And this relates to your testimony. How? I mention this to illustrate my predisposition to that which is perfect. It was dark, you say, yet there are lights in the park. If I say the defendant was in the park that night, then he was in the park that night. It is hard, immutable fact. He sure is confident. He seems to be telling the truth, too. Are you sure the pistol you saw is the same one as the one submitted as evidence? Am I sure? Surely you jest. Or so a common witness would be tempted to say. Huh? Yet I am no common witness. I see not only events as they are, but the logical structure governing these events. I think he means he couldn't see it that clearly. My badge for a normal witness. Yet the fact that a pistol was fired before my eyes is indisputable. I can still see it when I close my eyes. The defendant raised his weapon. A shot! The bullet hit the man pulling the stand straight in the forehead. Are you absolutely certain only one shot was fired? 2 rounds. Okay. Yes, of course it was 1 shot. Why do you ask? Aha, a contradiction, finally. Mr. Stickler, according to the court record, the pistol was fired twice. Good eyes, Air Justice. You're cool. Real cool. Eh? You really think so? Yet there is no reason why the other shot had to have been fired that night. Meaning, this pistol came from the Kitaki family mansion, yeah? I think it's not unreasonable to assume the pistol had been fired once before that night, during perhaps another altercation. He's got a point. Judging from his smug expression, I'd say Prosecutor Gavin had that answer ready before you even spotted the problem. He seems pretty confident in his testimony. We always make the biggest mistakes when we are most confident. He's got a weak point somewhere, Apollo. Find it! Right, better give that testimony another listen. That night I passed through the park. Okay, so... Alright, so I already know what it is. It's supposed to be this one. Because he was shot in the temple. Whew. That's all of it. I think I have a chance. Is that you relaxing, I see, Air Justice? Objection! Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice. Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet. Right. Look at this! The autopsy report? Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Right, problem. Yes, the problem is quite the location of the entry wound. Location? You testify the killer was shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? Ah, I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple. First, understand that when I say square, I mean speak not in the geometrical absolute. What do I mean by this, for example? The defecate... Mr. Justice. Yes? Was your objection to these, krypton particle things? This is the big time and you're obsessed with something so small? You disappoint me. No, I'm not obsessed with something... I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Do tell. Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the right temple. Temple? Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it? It is, right? Finally. Air Justice. Oh, Air Justice. Yes? Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound that your master suffered 7 years ago? Phoenix Wright, was it? Look. He's only a little bit salty. Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to the testimony. Urgh. Hey, Air Forehead. Forehead? Let us imagine that you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol, trained on the other. What would you do, Forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout, "Stop!" And you, Fräulein? Me? Well, I'd probably scream, "Eek!" And you, Air Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? The victim turned his head at the last moment? Ah, yes. Thank you for jogging my memory. Sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required. Part 2. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. "Cease this at once, you two," I cried, with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Whereupon the cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. Leading the witness. I see, so you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed. With composure. Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that. It doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you will, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of that nature. The victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. If the killer were to have fired at just that moment, as we see, the bullet would have struck in the right temple, as in the report. That does seem to be the case. Witness the power of a junior in Ivy University Department of Science. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. As soon as the killer, blah, blah, blah. So you saw a raised pistol. Weren't you frightened? It can be said that we students of Ivy University know no fear. The moment I saw that pistol, my inner sense of justice compelled me to take action. That was certainly brave of you. You might not have gotten a shot. You might have gotten shot. Eh? You certainly were lucky. If I were in the killer's shoes, I certainly wouldn't have left the witness behind. He actually looks like he had no idea he was in danger. Regardless, I attempted to halt the bloodshed. Oh god, I didn't know he had a sticker. Cease this at once, you two, I cried, with composure. Are you sure both men were able to hear your voice? They were, of course. My high, exquisite voice echoed through the park. The victim responded to the clarion call. Quite. Did you hear the gunshot at the same time as the victim turned? Indeed, I would say about the same time, to be precise. And the victim didn't ask for your help? It can be said that he didn't have time to ask. He didn't even have time to take a single step. I'm totally sure that the killer fired because Mr. Stickler startled him. Don't say that out loud, too loud, Trucy, please. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to become frightened. Can you describe the killer's actions more clearly? He seemed quite surprised, especially considering that it was he who did the deed. As we see, human psychology is a tangled web indeed. He simply couldn't believe what he had done. He shot, he panicked, a common tale, but true. Unfortunately, before I could take further action, you didn't try to apprehend the criminal? It all happened so fast, I'm afraid I hadn't the time. Doesn't something about that strike you as odd? What? The killer was in a hurry, right? He fired the pistol and tossed it right away. According to the testimony, that's what happened, yes. In that case, I'd expect to find something that we didn't find. Find something? Find what? I like that contradiction. Kinda sad to see it go. Not as sad as I feel. Now what do we do? At least the testimony's getting a little clearer. She's right. Maybe I can find something to use in this new testimony. Ugh. Well, I'm just gonna press this again. Can you describe the killer's more actions more clearly? You didn't try to apprehend him. All happened so fast, you didn't have the time. He fired the pistol and tossed it right away. According to the testimony, that's what happened, yes. In that case, I'd expect to find something that we didn't find. Am I supposed to present the knife? No, I'm gonna try presenting the knife. I don't think that's right, though. Yeah, that's not right. If you found the knife, but not the gun. Well... It has no fingerprints, yeah. So, am I presenting the gun? It is the gun. Okay. Wait a second. Tisk tisk. Another misleading request. Yet you're so beholden to your own mode of discourse you can't see how it affects you. Come again? Wait a second, you say? A second? Are we intended to wait just that? A single second? 1/16 of a minute? It's hardly enough time to draw a breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say, Mr. Justice. Yes, Your Honor. I am to understand that you are objecting to the length of a second. Yes, I mean, no! A pedantic shit. An extremely pedantic little shit. Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. Ah, common ploy, made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for fingerprints. Ah, the little girl sticking it to the university student. There's a song in there. I'm not little. Then let's think like adults, shall we, Fräulein? What if the killer and the defendant was wearing gloves? Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo. Well, Mr. Justice? The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of prints remained, which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you said, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol. That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, he threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. This is the pistol found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting this was the weapon he disposed of. That sounds solid to me. Well, Air Forehead, any of your precious objections? What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice training go to work. You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? What obvious? When he restated what he saw just now, he said he saw Walkie drop a murderous weapon. That's not the same as being 100% sure of what Walkie threw away. You're right. He's just confused because the pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard to be so perfect and yet so wrong. Well, it can be said that I am quite offended. Well, it is indeed true that once in my youth I wrote, what we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the defense have anything to say about this? Well, what if what he threw wasn't a pistol, then it had to be something else? At least one person on the defense team seems to be thinking. Wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin. Why are you calling him pretty, Apollo? Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the crime? The knife. Now it's the knife. Is that a sword? I saw one of those on the late night movie last night. Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime. With the defendant's prints on it. His prints? This single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol, and two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed. Oh, air forehead? You're forgetting two other things you've just proven. Huh? One, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Waki Kitaki, and two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Oh. Indeed. Grr. Never underestimate a Gavin is the lesson here. This court is of the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it behooves us to hear what really occurred. With less assuming, please. Okay, but the man wasn't stabbed, he was shot. Very fair. That is the truth. It is always the same with you people. Mark left on the house on foot. 5 minutes later, his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming! Yes, that's what I said. Assuming. That was a really bad math problem. As if that were a probable situation at all. Yet here you are assuming that my assumption is no better. Ahem. What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired. From shot to call. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that. Huh. Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And do we not also know that there was no one else there? It seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not? Does it not, Mr. Justice? I better find a way to make take this testimony down quick. Shot to call. Which way did the killer run? By that time, it was clear the killer had not noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction. That means he ran in the opposite direction from the Kataki mansion. Chung, don't even think about pointing out that he was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight. Ugh. How did he know that's where I was going? Nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. You were certainly composed for someone who had just witnessed a killing. If one is to devote one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that drops one's flask upon the lab room floor. Ooh, cool answer. Very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. Trucy looks like she has something to say. Ergo, I use my cell phone to call the police. Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance? It can be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, a perfect syllogism. A proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. Simply exquisite. He actually looks like he's going to cry. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes? I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could have happened at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction. Is that all? No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which is to say, I saw nothing. It was late at night. It's not odd to think that there would be few people around in the park. So he just stood there, watching. Not much to go on there. Trucy, if you've got something to say, by all means, say it. I can't find a single problem with that testimony. Had enough at last, Air Forehead? Maybe it's time to back off a bit? No. The defense still has some questions that demand answers, Your Honor. Your opinion, Prosecutor Gavin? Oh, let him play attorney till he's satisfied, I say. I will amuse myself by composing my next smash hit in my head. Very well. You may continue with the cross-examination. I know it has something to do with this. Was Phoenix hit by the car before or after the confrontation? I don't remember if he said. Oh god, I'm trying to remember. It was probably... I don't remember when he said he was hit. I have no idea. I have no way of checking that. Actually. Tore off the car that hit Mr. Wright. Fitz's car at Maractus Clinic. I mean, I could try presenting this. Nope. It's not this. But also, Phoenix wasn't in the park. He was near an entrance to the park. Because with this shows the cart was stolen from Ildune's house. Tracy's bloomers were stolen from the office, and Phoenix was hit. Yeah, Phoenix was hit in front of the park. So we also don't know which entrance is technically closer, because there's two entrances into the park. We have only seen the one that's in front of the Kitaki Mansion, because that's where Phoenix got hit. So it's not that. But I do think you're on the right track. I just don't have any evidence that it actually is a time. Wasn't the cart in that one? In which one? The entrance where you found the mirror. The whole thing was taped off, right? The entrance where I found the mirror. Oh, the mirror was found. Yeah, everything was taped off. The cart is inside the park, and it has a statue of a policeman taped to it. Hold on. Is it this one? No. Alright, I'm just gonna look it up. Let's see. It's all good. I'm just, very confused. Okay. Alright, I see. press it one more time. Maybe there isn't anything left to unravel in this testimony after all. Some of us have glamorous careers we'd like to get back to this month, Air Forehead. They don't have enough to put Iwaki away. Should I back off for now? Yes. Arg, there's nothing fishy about that last testimony at all. Then quit being a lawyer, jeez. Yeah, seriously, Gavin, go off and be a rock star. You're apparently popular enough with 3 platinum. 3 platinum records. Okay. It appears there's no objections from the witness's current testimony. There are any number of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves. Which wiped off the previous user's prints. Then when the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting a small-time punk, in my opinion. No! Seems we've come to the end of the line here. No, that can't be it. How unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut out to stand on the same stage against me. Were you, Air Forehead? I believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. This court will now declare the verdict for the defendant, Waki Kitaki. Oh, I forgot this. I didn't realize this is what happens in this one. Trucy? Nobody move. What is the meaning of this? Who are you? There'll be no verdict in this court. Not yet. Wait, are you one of the Kitakis? Kitakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? If you don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile, do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. What? This court will not bow down to pressure of the likes of Air Judge. I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman. Recess, 20 minutes, or I promise you you'll regret it. Wait, how did he disappear so fast? Come to the defendant lobby, Apollo. I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch that mysterious man. To be continued. I just want to show this next part, and then I think I'll call it, because it's been almost 4 hours since I started streaming. Trucy! You move quick, Apollo. Good show. Trucy, you're okay. I thought... Don't cry, Apollo. Those good-for-nothing gangsters. There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Just calm down, Apollo. Or else... Ah! What the heck is that? Surprised? This is one of my best tricks, the amazing Mr. Hat. You look marvelous, darling. He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar. Yes, I am a big hit. Ha ha ha. Well, what do you think? Do you like it? You mean you... Trucy! There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Apollo, now's not the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here. Huh? Remember what you said to Walkie's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son. But that testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do? Look, once the judge declares a verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will. Trucy, no, no more stage abductions, please. I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know when the witness isn't confident. I can perceive what he's feeling. It might not mean anything, but it's all we've got. You can see what he's feeling? Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony. All the times. All the times there was a contradiction? Well, I think I remember them, sure. There were 2 times he made statements he wasn't confident in. Each time there was a contradiction. He said the man tossed aside a pistol, but it turned out he wasn't sure, and sure enough, there was a contradiction. Well, that's true, but how does that help us? Didn't you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement that he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit. Did you see it? The very moment he said the word pistol, his fingers got all tense and he fiddled with the corner in the page in his book. How am I supposed to see that? Well, I could see it. How else did you think Daddy went 7 years without losing a game of poker? What? I always stand next to Daddy during the big matches. I could see what his opponents were feeling. You mean that's how Mr. Right won all those games? It's not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at their hands or anything. I wasn't there all the time either. Daddy's quite good at poker after all, but not good enough to go undefeated that long. Great. So he cheated. But what does that do for us? I don't believe this. You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony. Perceive the truth. Watch a testimony? Perceive the truth? It's the only thing the only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm going to lose. Not true. Daddy said so. He said you have the power, Apollo. Don't have a magnetama, but you have a magic bracelet. Mr. Wright said that? Watch the testimony. Perceive his true feelings. Is she serious? Time's up. Sorry, I can't think of any other way out of this one, Apollo. What was that she said before the trial started? Huh, Mr. Wright's not here today? He said his old foot injury was acting up. Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy. Is this what he meant by us being fine? Well, methods aside, she did avoid one guilty verdict already today. Time to show this court what I'm made of. Get ready for justice! Let's do it. Apollo? You know, I'm starting to think I can do this. I knew you could do it all along. One more thing. Try to cover for Mr. Hat the best you can. I just flew in from the coast, and boy, are my arms tired. Right. I love Mr. Hat. He has such a great animation. Alright, we're gonna call it here. Before we head into the courtroom, we'll do a quick savey save. It's perfect in every way, indeed. Da, da, da. Let's go back to the menu, save again, because, you know, you can't save too much. That's how I feel. And that will be it for today. Thank you to everyone who stopped by. It's been great. I have forgotten how good this game is. When I first played it, I didn't think it was a bad game, but I will admit I was a little disappointed with it compared to the previous 3 games. But honestly, playing it now, having played all of the games that have been out so far at least once, they're all really, really good. So, thanks everyone for stopping by, and I will see you next time. I don't know when that'll be. Hopefully tomorrow morning for some more Animal Crossing. Otherwise, enjoy your nights. Have a good Sunday and the rest of your week.